Hello everyone, Meisterang here with a demo of a game called Demon Bluff. Let's reset my progress. It's a single player, it's like a logic puzzle game that takes the form of one of those social deduction games. And yeah, I'm just resetting my progress so I can show off the cards at a slow pace. Anyway, let's just reveal all of them. So in this case, there are 4 villagers and 1 minion who disguises as a villager. There are never duplicate villagers unless a card adds duplicates. So already we know that the evil is one of these two gem crafters. So everybody else is good. Okay, the confessor is always honest. She says that she is good. Or if she's not good, she'll say that she's dizzy. If she's evil or corrupted. And corruption is a game mechanic we'll talk about later. Okay, this enlightened is saying that the closest evil is clockwise, meaning like the closest evil this way is 1 or 2 spaces away, and if you go the opposite way, it's more than that. Okay, but this hunter is being honest. Is 2 cards away from the closest evil, so let's just kill the one that's 2 cards away from him. Okay, we unlocked a couple more rolls. So yeah, the basic objective of this game is to kill all of the evils while not killing any villagers. Or you can generally get away with killing 1 villager. Because you lose 5 health on your village when you kill an innocent person. And yeah, and you have 10 health, so if you kill 2, you lose. And there are a few other game mechanics, or there are a few other cards that can do damage to you, or change the amount of damage you take. Anyway, there's only 1 evil, so if one villager says that another villager is good, then they have to both be good, because if one of them was evil, the other would be evil. So for that reason, like if the lover was evil, then she would be lying in saying that neither of these are evil. So one of these would also have to be evil, which means there would be 2 evils. So she has to be good, which means these people are good, and also the fact that there are 2 lovers means that the other one has to be evil. Alright. Oh, now we get outsiders. Or outcasts. So, let's just... Yeah, so the wretch is good. Yeah, outcasts. So villagers are good. And they have more or less straightforward abilities that help. And the outcasts are also good. And their abilities tend to be more wild cards. Anyway, everybody thinks that the wretch is evil. Even though she is not. Okay, so the confessor is definitely good. So the medium saying that the confessor is good, that has to be truthful. The judge has an active ability that I use. I click somebody and then I click somebody else and see whether they're lying or not. And if the judge is evil, then the judge will lie about whether they're honest or not. Anyway, this gem crafter is saying that the wretch is good, but the gem crafter thinks the wretch is evil. So yeah, gem crafter is lying. Okay. Yeah, we just get another minion, and they're not the exact same minion because they're roles that refer to specific enemies. Okay. So now we have 2 evils. So if one person claims that another person is good, then that doesn't necessarily mean that they're both good. Anyway, we have 2 jesters, which is not possible. So one of them has to be evil. And then that means if this lover is also evil, then that means the hunter would be evil, and that means there's 3. So this lover has to be good. This hunter has to be good. which means the gem crafter has to be good. And this enlightened is definitely telling the truth, because going clockwise, she has to go 4 spaces to find an evil, but she has to go fewer to find an evil this way. Okay, number 2 is in fact a real lover, so I guess both the jesters are evil. Okay. Alright. Well, the knight can't die, so until the corruption mechanic gets introduced... Oh, that's funny. Okay. So there's only one real bombardier, so the other 2 have to be fake. So the 2 evils are both bombardiers, so all of these people are good. Okay, I guess 1 is the real bombardier. And I would immediately lose if I killed the real one. Okay, yeah, so the witch was just added. The witch, yeah, says basically once all but one card is revealed, I can't click the last one. Okay. Well, this hunter is definitely not 3 cards away from the closest evil, because he thinks the wretch is evil. Okay, so this hunter is truthful. This medium is lying about number 4. Oh, very good. Okay, and then, yeah, the Ba adds 1 fake outcast. So, yeah, there's only 1 outcast, but there are 2 listed. Since I can see that there's a wretch, like, there is still 1 outcast. Like, there's 1 real outcast, and the other outcast doesn't even get added to the board. So this is definitely a real wretch. Okay, this lover is lying. No evils adjacent, even though she thinks the wretch is evil. Oh, now that the witch is dead, I can reveal this last card. There's no corruption mechanic, so yeah, you should always try to kill knights if you know they can't be corrupted. Because, if they die, they were evil. Okay. A wretch, a witch, and some villagers. Okay, so this knight is good. Closest evil is clockwise, which means, well, the wretch is considered evil, which the enlightened is basically saying that both of these people are good. Yeah, so if the enlightened is evil, then one of these has to be evil, but there's only 1 evil. Okay, so this is good, and these are good, and that means that's the witch. The witch hid herself, it's funny. Okay, now the corruption mechanic is introduced. So, yeah, certain cards can corrupt characters, and corrupted means that they're still good, but their ability doesn't work and they lie. Okay, so this bard is claiming that one of these 3 people is corrupted, and they would be corrupted by the poisoner. The poisoner in this current deck is the only role that can corrupt people. So he corrupts 1 adjacent villager. So if this bard is being truthful, then one of these 3 has to be a poisoner. Okay, is it possible that that bombardier is fake? No, it's not possible for this bombardier to be fake. So this person is definitely being truthful, which means that this empress cannot be corrupted. Yeah, so 3 is being truthful, which means she is not corrupted. This empress cannot be corrupted because she's definitely not next to a poisoner. So this bard is definitely wrong. This empress is definitely... actually, no, this empress could be the evil that is not the poisoner. So we don't actually know about this empress yet. You know what I'm going to do? Okay, so the closest evil is clockwise, according to the enlightened. If this is true, then this empress has to be evil, And then, yeah, so that's 2 clockwise. So the 2 people counterclockwise have to not be evil, which means the knitter is the other evil. And the bard cannot be corrupted since he's not next to a poisoner. So this is not possible. Yeah, so the bard is not being truthful, and neither is the enlightened. Okay. Yeah, they could both be evil, or one of them could be evil and the other could be corrupted. Okay. If I kill one innocent person, that's okay. So I'm just gonna start killing people. Okay. I'm just gonna kill this guy too. Nope. Okay, so he's corrupted, and the poisoner is right next to him. Very good. Yeah, I unlocked 2 roles that are better to just explain in the game. Alright. So, yeah, so one person can be corrupted. Oh, and there's one, yeah, one of the outcasts is evil. Is a fake outcast. Let's see if this Slayer can kill an evil. Oh, good job. I don't think I've ever seen a wretch be fake. I don't think I've ever seen a wretch be a fake wretch and actually just be a different evil. Okay, so the bard says he's 3 away from a corrupted character, meaning either the twin minion or the gem crafter. So the bard is accusing the gem crafter of being corrupted, and the gem crafter, if the gem crafter is corrupted, that means the bard would be evil. Okay, so the bard is definitely not being truthful. Okay, so we have 2 knights. I think one of them has to be fake. Yeah, there we go. Okay, more cards that deal with the corruption mechanic. Okay. Is there anything... There is nothing that can add duplicate villagers. Not yet. So one of these has to be fake. Okay, so the Oracle says that either 2 or 3 is a poisoner. So obviously 3 is not a poisoner, because if 3 was a poisoner, then 3 would be lying. But we know that their statement would be true. So either 3 is the other evil, or 2 is a poisoner. So one of these is evil. Oh, actually, or the Oracle could be corrupted by the Plague Doctor. Actually, no, they're 2... Yeah, by the Plague Doctor or the Poisoner. The Plague Doctor... Yeah, so the Plague Doctor can point out whether somebody is corrupted or not. And then if they're corrupted, then they can point out an evil character automatically. Let's kill 5 and see what happens. Okay, so 5 is not evil. Or 5 is not corrupted, and also not evil. I don't know. I guess if I killed the knight and she was corrupted, then that could have been... yeah, I don't know if I would have gotten enough information for that to be worthwhile. Actually, okay, what if this Oracle is being truthful? Then 2 is a poisoner, and if the Oracle is truthful, that means the poisoner chose to corrupt the enlightened, who is saying that the closest evil is clockwise. And if this is false, then they have to be equidistant, which means, yeah, the 7 and 2 are both evil, and then 4 is also lying, so either corrupted or evil, which is possible, yeah, which means the Plague Doctor would be corrupting the Empress. Okay, so if I... Oh my goodness, I keep doing that. Okay, well, let's just kill somebody. Okay, this person got corrupted. So the evils are adjacent to each other. Okay, which just means it's these two. Okay. The counselor adds an outcast, and the doppelganger is... Yeah, okay. The doppelganger is good. Okay, we have the potential for there to be a doppelganger. But the... Actually, I think the counselor has to add an outcast that is not already in the game. I'm actually not sure about that. Wait, so we have 1 or 2 plague doctors. 6 or 5 is a counselor. Okay, well, the counselor is always next to an outcast, so the counselor could be the Slayer. Okay, there could be a doppelganger disguised as a jester, and that would be the way that there are 2 good jesters. I think, well, okay. What would I do here? I could try to figure out just how many, or I could figure out if these jesters are good. I think there's just 1 evil among these 3 outcasts. Okay, so they seem to both be telling the truth in that case. We have... Yeah, if I'm assuming that one of the plague doctors is fake, then... Oh, wait, no, there are actually 3... Oh, well, if... Okay, so if these jesters are both correct, then one of them is a doppelganger and the other is a real jester. And if they're both evil, then... Is it possible if they're both evil and we have 2 actual plague doctors? Well, in that case, number 1 would be untruthful and probably corrupted. Actually, let's see if these plague doctors agree. Okay, so these plague doctors disagree, so one of them is evil and the other one is not evil. Okay, so these jesters cannot both be evil. But one of them could be corrupted. No, wait. Well, one of them... No, there has to be a doppelganger among them, and the doppelganger cannot be corrupted, because only the outcasts... Oh, sorry, only villagers can be corrupted. Outcasts cannot be corrupted. Okay. Okay, so number 1... It's either number 1 or number 4. So this plague doctor is claiming that number 4 is evil. Let's just test that. Nope. Okay, so this plague doctor was lying. And that means this plague doctor is being truthful. Number 1 is not corrupted. We already know where the counselor is, so we just know that the oracle is lying. Alright, another role that can be corrupt, that causes corruption. In this case, corrupts themselves. Okay, so the confessor is good. If she was corrupted or evil, she would say that she is dizzy. So a very simple role. Okay, there's no drunk. Yeah, there's potentially a plague doctor, and there's a poisoner. But okay, there's no plague doctor, because the plague doctor would claim to be a plague doctor. So there's just 1 poisoner, and that's the only character that can corrupt anybody. So if what this bard is saying is true, then one of these would be corrupted, and one of these would be the poisoner. Yeah, we don't have a counselor. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, if we had a counselor, there would be 2 outcasts. Okay. There cannot be two... Yeah, there's no doppelganger, and there's nobody... Yeah, there's nobody that can cause there to actually be two empresses. So... Yeah, one of the empresses is evil. Let's just put markers on these. Could they both be evil? Maybe. Okay, Okay, suppose this bard is being truthful. Then this medium is being truthful and claiming that that's a real bard. Well, let's say this bard is truthful and not corrupted. Then this hunter is corrupted. Yeah, it's actually impossible for this hunter to be truthful. Because if he's 4 away from the closest evil, that means 9, 1, and 2 can't be evil, 7, 6, and 5 cannot be evil, so it's just 4 and 3. So it's just 2 evils, but there are 3. Okay. So for sure, this guy is not being truthful. Okay, let's say I kill this hunter and it turns out he's evil. What happens? And it turns out he's corrupted and not evil. Well, then this bard is truthful. This medium is truthful, and yeah, we just have a poisoner and 2 evils that don't do anything. Yeah, so one of these would be the poisoner. And then, let's see. Oh, this Empress would be lying. Yeah, because 1, 4, and 6 cannot be evil in this hypothetical. Yeah, if this guy's corrupted, then one of these is evil. What about the Empress? Or this Empress? This Empress is claiming that the Knight is evil. Right, so if this guy's corrupted, one of these is evil. 1, 5, 9, yeah. Yeah, so one of these would be evil, and then possibly the Jester if I mean, I guess it would be for sure the Jester in that case. And I could try to use this Jester's ability to figure out whether he's being truthful or not. Okay, let's say the Bard is evil. Then the medium is wrong. The medium would have to be evil, because the medium cannot be corrupted if the Bard's statement is false. And same thing with the Hunter. We already know that the Hunter is not telling the truth. The Empress has to be wrong. Yeah, 4, 6, and 1 contains 1 evil that actually... No, the medium is for sure not corrupted. Yeah, so the Empress would be wrong. And then what about the other Empress? 1, 5, and 9. Yeah, so that's wrong. That's all... Yeah, so the Empress... Sorry, the Empress would be saying that... Yeah, the Empress would basically be accusing 9 in that case. So if the Bard was evil, the medium would be evil, the Hunter would be evil, and then one of these would be evil. And also the Empress... Yeah, there would be too many people that are saying false statements. So this Bard cannot be evil. Could he be corrupted? Well, this would be truthful. This would be evil. 4, 6, 1. Okay, so this Empress would be lying, which means that she's evil. Yeah, because 4 is good, the Bard is good but corrupted, and 1 is good. And then, what about the Empress? 1, 5, and 9. So the Empress would be accusing the Knight. You know, I'm curious about if the Knight can be corrupted. Suppose the Knight is corrupted. Well, then the Bard is lying. We already know the Hunter is lying. And the Medium is lying. And so is the Empress. Okay, yeah, that's not possible. Okay. Okay, so the Empress is not being truthful? What if she's corrupted? Well, then the bard is lying. We already know the hunter is lying. Medium is lying. And it's the same thing. Yeah, too many people lying. All right. So this hunter could be corrupted, which would make the bard truthful. Corrupted, truthful. Or corrupted, and then the hunter would be evil. Wait, okay. So if the bard is telling the truth, then this guy is corrupted. This medium is truthful. Empress is evil, and then I guess the jester would be evil by process of elimination. Okay. What if the bard is the one who is corrupted? Okay, well that's truthful. Then this person is evil. This person's evil, and then this person would be truthful. I think either way, this Empress is evil. And for the Jester, let's just ask the Jester how many... Okay, this Jester is not truthful. Okay, got him. Okay, so the Puka corrupts both adjacent villagers, which is more powerful than only corrupting one adjacent villager. But if I can find the Puka, then I know that both adjacent people are corrupted, whereas if I find the poisoner, I'm not sure. Okay, so there is for sure, this Plague Doctor is for sure legitimate. Is this statement possibly true? Okay, 2 and... Okay, if this hunter is being truthful, then these are the two evils, which maybe is possible. Wait a second. Okay, so everybody else would have to be truthful except whoever is corrupted, which is a lot of people. Well, I guess these people would be corrupted. Yeah, it would just be the bard and the knight corrupted, and possibly, yeah, and probably someone else because of the Plague Doctor. This would be truthful, this would be truthful. There's only one pair of evil, that would be truthful. Okay, you know what? I'm going to see if the knight is corrupted. Okay, so the knight is corrupted, and 1 is evil. Okay. Okay, so let's start our logic over. Oh, so 3 is corrupted, which means they are actually a knight. This gem crafter is truthful then. This bard cannot be truthful, so he's either corrupted or evil. Either way... Wait a second. So this bard cannot be truthful. Oh, from the closest corrupted character. So it could be that the knitter is corrupted and the... Wait, what? Yeah. Okay, so the bard is not truthful. Okay, suppose he's corrupted. Well, either way... Well, okay, suppose that the lover is corrupted. Well, the lover is either corrupted or evil. I think the lover is probably evil, but let's think about this. So if the lover is in fact corrupted, then the knitter is also corrupted. And then the Plague Doctor would be corrupting the knitter, and the judge would be a poisoner who's corrupting the knight. And then this hunter's statement is false. Yeah, because the closest evil is 2 cards away. And the hunter cannot be corrupted because all the corruption is accounted for, and same thing with the evils. So I got that contradiction from assuming the lover was corrupted and not evil. Alright, we did it. Okay. Well, unlocked a decent number of roles and explained what most of them do. So that's gonna be a good stopping point for me. I'll probably play this again sometime, and until then, thanks for watching.